Hello everyone. Welcome today in the daily newspaper. Not in the daily newspaper, but in the yesterday's newspaper of Saturday. Yes, Saturday, October the 30th, 2021. Because it's actually today on Sunday, and Sunday we don't receive any newspaper. And I've decided to solve the rest of the puzzles in the yesterday's newspaper of Saturday, yes. And we have 3 puzzles left. Letter Sudoku, 2 stars Sudoku, and a tectonic with 1 star. Alright, but first we will solve this letter Sudoku. And this will be number. Let me position the camera first because it's not stable. Number 3615. 3615. Before I start, I always count the printed letters. In this case, we have letters, 27 printed letters. Those letters, we have 9 letters. The O, the R, the V, the N, the D, the J, the E, the P, and the I. And we have 27 printed letters. Usual with 27 printed digits need to be faster than 15 minutes. Well, for letter Sudoku, I need more time. I think 15 to 20 minutes I need to solve this puzzle. Alright, so let's get started. We have O in this column, O in that column. So the column between the middle column, the only places for the O should be here or there. We see there, no O there. O should be here. Alright. We have R in the last column, R in the column next. So in that column, the only 2 places for the R should be here or there. We see there, no R there. R should be here. Then the V in this row, the V in the second row. So the first row, the only place for the V should be there. 2 missing letters in this big square. Those missing letters are the P is missing, and the P is missing, and the R is missing. We see here an R, no R there. R should be here, and the P goes there. So we have a P in this column, P in the middle column. So the column next, the only place for the P should be there. P in this row, P in the middle row, so the row below. The only 2 places for the P should be here or there. We see that P, no P there. P should be here. How about yeah. These 2 letters in this column. Those missing letters are the letters V, and the D is missing. And the J is missing. D and the J. We see here the D, so no D there. D should be there. And the J goes here. Okay. Alright. 3 missing letters in this big square. One of the missing letters is a V. We see here V in this column. So no V in these 2 boxes. So 1 box left for the V. Should be here. Then the letters I is missing in this big square, and the N is missing. E-N are missing. That means 2 missing letters in this column. for the letters E is missing, and and the E, the N, no. The E, yeah, the E. Well, we have an E here, so no E there. E should be here. So what is the last letter? Should be the O, the R, the V, the N. We have the N, the D, the J. The J is missing. Okay, so two missing letters in this big square for the letters. D is missing. And the the D and the D and the N. The D and the N. D N. D N. Let me mark those two boxes. Alright. Oh. Well. JJ. We have a pair. The J and N in the first row. The J and N in the second row. So in the third row, the only two places for the J and N should be in those two boxes as a pair. J and the N. The J and the N. So what are the other two letters in the third row? Those missing letters are the E is missing and the I is missing. E and I. We have an I there. No I there. I should be here. And the E goes there. So we have an E in the third row. The E in the first row. So the row between the second row. The only two places for the E should be here or there. We see there an E. No E there. E should be here. E. Okay. And now. O is missing. Yes, three missing letters in this big square. One of the missing letter is the O. We see here no O there. So the O could be here, could be there. So we have an O in this column. O in one of those two boxes in the column next. So in that column, the only place for the O should be there. Okay. Alright. I in this row. I in the third row. So the row between the second row. The only place for the I should be there. And I've eliminated the O. So the O goes there. One box left in this big square for the letter D. D is missing. Okay. So one letter is missing in the first row for the letter R, I believe. Yes. Yeah, R in this row, R in the middle row. So the row above, the only two places for the R should be here or there. We see there an R, no R there, R should be here. R in this first column, R in the third column. So the column between the second column, the only two places for the R should be here or there. We see an R, no R there. R should be here. D O D and a P. Three missing letters in this big square. Those missing letters are the O is missing, the P is missing, and the D is missing. And look, we have an O and a P in this column. So no O and a P in this box. The O and P goes in those two boxes. So one letter is missing in this big square for the letter D. Letter D. Okay. Alright. I in this column. I in the third column. So the column between The second column, the only place for the I should be there. Now we have an I there. So this box can't be I anymore. That box should be an I. And this box should be an N. Okay. I in the last row. I in the row above. So in that row, only two places for the I should be here or there. We see there, and I know I there. I should be here. I in this column, I in the column next on that column, the only three places for the I should be here, here, or there. We see and I know I there, here and I know I there. Only place for the I should be there. And all the I's are used. I can see. Letter number 1, letter I. Then. Two missing letters. Well, actually three, but one of the missing letter is a V. The V in this column. Well, we have a V there, so no V there. Here also a V, so no V there. The only place for the V should be there. Alright. Okay. Three missing letters in this row, the middle row. Those missing letters are the O is missing, the D is missing, and the N is missing. The N. Well, we see here an O and a D in this column. So no O and a D in this box. The O and the D goes in those two boxes. The O and the D. O and the D. So one box left in the middle row for the letter N. Now we have an N there. So this box can't be N anymore. That box should be an N. And this box should be a J. Okay. One box left in this column for the letter. The J is missing. The J is missing. Okay. One letter is missing in this big square for the letter D. Yes, the D is missing. Now we have a D there. So this box can't be D anymore. That box should be a D. And this box should be an N. Okay. One letter is missing in this row for the letter V is missing. Two letters are missing in the last column. The letters P is missing. And the E is missing. The P and the E. We have an E there. No E there. E should be here. And the P goes and there. P. Yes. E in the last row. E in the row above. So in that row, the only two places for the E should be here or there. We see there an E. No E there. E should be here. E in this column, E in that column, third column. So the column between the second column, the only place for the E should be there. One letter is missing in this row for the letter N. N is missing here. So we have, let me see. No. Two missing letters in this row. For the letters V is missing. And the N is missing. V and the N. V and the N. Look, we have a V there. No V there. V should be here. And the N goes and there. Okay. Two missing letters in this big square for the letters. J is missing. And the N is missing. We have an N there. No N there. N should be here. And the J goes there. Alright, so we have a J in this row, J in the row below. So the last row, the only two places for the J should be here or there. We see there J, no J there. J should be here. 1 box left in the last row. For the letter D, the D is missing. Now we have a D there, so this box can be O and a D. We have O and D. This box can be D anymore. That box should be a D. And this box should be an O. Finish. Now well, finish 15 minutes. I have solved this word opdrijven. If you translate it, well, opdrijven, push up, increase, yeah. Anyway, almost finished. 2 letters are missing. Well, 4 missing letters. The P is missing, and the V is missing. The V. We see here V, no V there. V should be here, and the P goes there. Now we have a P here, so this box can't be P anymore. That box should be a P, and this box should be an O. Yes, finish in 16 minutes. 16. I've told you 15 to 20 minutes I need for a letter Sudoku. And I like this one, yes, I really do. Do you think so? Thumbs up, otherwise thumbs down. You can also download this PDF file so you can make it or solve it by yourself. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you in a minute with the second puzzle. A Sudoku with 2 stars. See you then, bye-bye for now.